As your community broadcaster, Shaw TV has provided access to production and broadcast time for declared candidates in this riding leading up to the October 19th federal election. Following are speeches from those candidates who made use of this airtime.
Hi there, I'm Alasdair MacGregor, and I'm running as the NDP candidate in the new federal riding of Cowichan Malahat Langford. I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself and also let you know why I'm taking this political journey. So, I live in the Cowichan Valley, where I run a small farm property with my wife and my 2 kids, and I've been a resident there for 26 years. But I was also born in the city of Victoria, and I attended university down here, both at UVic and at Royal Roads. You know, over the past few months, going all the way back to early April, I've been out door knocking quite a bit, and I've had the chance to speak to many residents about the issues that matter to them in this federal election. I'm hearing a lot of concerns about affordability issues. Families are really struggling with childcare costs, and of course there's a major concern about how our environmental performance is going on. In this election, we are poised to make some real change in Ottawa. In fact, I would argue that 2015 is one of the most pivotal elections for our country. We've all seen what 10 years of Conservative rule have done, and I really think that a new change of direction is needed. More recently, I had the opportunity over the last 7 years to work for the retiring Member of Parliament for Nanaimo Cowichan, Jean Crowder. And over that time, I had the opportunity to help hundreds of constituents with a whole range of federal problems and issues. So I really got to see what Conservative policies and legislation were doing up close to the people that matter, the residents just like you. And it's been echoed again on the doorsteps. In this election, when I come to the doorsteps with the NDP plans like childcare, which is going to be maxed out at $15 a day, a $15 an hour minimum wage, real action on our environment, which includes moving our resources into alternative energy, and ending subsidies to big oil and gas, I think this is what's really connecting with people, and this is what the plan that the NDP has. So in this election, I think it's really important that everyone really listen to what's at stake, where we want Canada to be, not just in another 4 years, but in several decades from now, the kind of equal society we want to build, how we're going to look after those who are less fortunate than us, what our healthcare system is going to look like. These are all very important questions we have to ask. I invite you to look at the NDP plan for change and my genuine wish to bring about this change. October 19th is the day that you can make this choice, and I invite you to be a part of it with the NDP. I'm Alasdair MacGregor, and I thank you for listening to this message. If you have any questions, please do check my website out at alasdairmacgregor.ndp.ca. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Luke Cranoff, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to bring Justin Trudeau's message to the new riding of Cowichan Malahat Langford. We are entering one of the most important elections in recent history because it has become clear to Canadians across this country and in our riding that Stephen Harper and the Conservatives have to go. After years of a government that does not reflect Canadian ideals, it's time to return to the values that we cherish. I was born and raised in the South Island, and I understand this area and its people. And I know they are looking for a change. I believe that a Liberal government is the best opportunity to bring the change we need to our riding. First of all, we need a transportation plan in collaboration with the provincial government. I fully support the plans to move ahead with the Mackenzie interchange. This should have been done years ago. Instead, the Conservatives gave us the messy McTavish interchange in Sydney. Secondly, we need regular passenger rail service from Nanaimo to Victoria. The Island Corridor Foundation has been hard at work for many years trying to accomplish this, but it's time for the government to step into a leadership role. Our government has poured billions into transit on the Lower Mainland. It's our turn now. There's no reason we can't have an efficient passenger rail system for the commuters of Western communities and north of the Malahat. Many seniors live in our riding, and more move here every year to enjoy its beauty and mild climate. For economic security and health care, a Liberal government is our best choice, and here's why. We will increase the guaranteed income supplement by 10% and return the eligibility for this and old age security to 65. We will increase funding for seniors housing. For those that need care, we will help keep you at home as long as possible through enhanced home care funding. And unlike the Conservatives, we will work with the provinces to improve the CPP. We have a large military and veteran population in our riding. I was a member of the RCMP, the Canadian Scottish Regiment, and I'm a member of the Royal Canadian Legion. When I sit down with these folks, they know I can hear and understand their concerns. The Conservatives talk a good game but have consistently mistreated the very people they sent into harm's way in Afghanistan. A Liberal government will re-establish lifelong pensions for injured veterans, increase funding for veterans' families and for veterans unable to work due to their injuries, and reopen the closed Veterans Affairs offices to ensure veterans who need help get it. I have extensive experience in both the private and public sectors. This gives me a unique perspective when it comes to public office. I know how to get things done in the government, but I also understand its limitations. Economic prosperity does not come from increasing the ranks of the civil service. It comes from ensuring we have a good infrastructure in place and a level playing field for businesses to compete and grow. We've got a unique opportunity here. This is a new riding, a new chance to move forward with a Liberal Member of Parliament in a Justin Trudeau-led government. We've had enough of the ineffective NDP in Ottawa. Let's elect a Liberal MP in the new riding of Cowichan Malahat Langford. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Allister Heythornthwaite, and I'm a candidate in the federal election in the Cowichan Malahat Langford riding. I am running under the banner of the Marxist-Leninist Party of Canada, joining 70 others who favor an anti-war government and democratic renewal of Canada. A journeyman machinist by trade, I am a father of 5 and the grandfather of 5, and I have lived with my partner Eden in the Cowichan Valley since 1978. As a lifelong communist and trade unionist, the big question for me is, who will decide Canada's future, the people or the monopolies? The policies and programs of the Marxist-Leninist Party of Canada mirror my opposition to adventurous wars on the other side of the world, which brings such misery to the innocents. I share with the Marxist-Leninist Party the aspiration for a nation where the needs of workers and their families take priority. The Marxist-Leninist Party seeks a new direction for the economy which upholds public right, not private rights. Manufacturing and self-sufficiency in food are a priority. We will stop paying the rich subsidies and immediately increase funding for social programs. We will renew the political process so Canadians can directly decide the matters that concern them and affect their lives. We will build, through community support, a modern constitution that eliminates all vestiges of privilege and colonialism and provides the rights of residents and refugees with a guarantee. Freedom of consciousness will not be violated under any circumstances. We will establish an anti-war government so that Canada is a factor for peace and not for war. We will end colonial injustice and establish nation-to-nation relations with the Indigenous people, and we will uphold Quebec's right to self-determination. We will negotiate international trade deals based on mutual benefit and withdraw from all neoliberal free trade deals. We will solve the problems of environmental destruction and climate change by empowering working people to control the decisions about what to produce and how to produce it. This is a tall order, but with determination it can be done. Our website is mlpc.ca if you wish to explore the Marxist-Leninist worldview further. I'm Allister Heythornthwaite, and I hope I can enjoy your support on October 19th. Thank you.
I am Martin Barker, the Conservative candidate for the Cowichan Malahat Langford riding, and I am pleased to be making this video for you. A little about myself: I'm a chiropractor, I have been a Duncan City Councillor, and I live an active lifestyle in our community. There are a number of experiences that have prepared me to better serve our community as a representative in Ottawa. I have experience in management and government. I've been a union worker on the pulp mill floor, and I'm a small business owner. I'm invested in a number of organizations through my volunteerism, and I'm invested in the well-being of the people in this community. For the last 6 years, I have been a volunteer chiropractor in a homeless shelter. I have often been asked, why am I a Conservative? And for me, the answer is simple. This is the only government that has delivered on its promises to reduce taxes, and this is the only party that has a plan to keep more money in the pockets of hardworking Canadians. The government has delivered help to families with the introduction of the universal child care benefit, income splitting, and increased child care deductions. These policies reinforce the Conservative belief that strong families make a strong country. Conservatives believe healthy families ultimately lead to less crime, less addiction, less social issues, and a happier society. The Conservative government is also delivering for seniors with income splitting, low taxes, and if re-elected, a new $2,000 deduction for widows and single seniors. This is in addition to the large number of people we have taken off the tax rolls. The Conservative government has been able to get Canada through very tough economic times. The recession of 2008 was the worst recession since the 1930s, and Canada had the best recovery of the G20 from that recession, the highest creation of new jobs. The global economy remains fragile and uncertain. But the Conservative Party is weathering the economic storm. We have encouraged job growth, we are keeping taxes low, and have balanced the budget. Now you have to ask yourselves on October 19th who you are going to vote for. You know, with the Conservative government, you get sound economic management. You get reflective decision making and a proven plan that's been working. The Liberals and NDP represent a risk that we cannot afford to take. They are promising high taxes and deep deficits. The NDP would wreck our economy. The tax and spend plans would drive Canada into deficit and spark economic chaos. Now is not the time to take those kinds of risks using schemes that are not working elsewhere in the world. Now this is an important election, and I ask that everyone consider their choice very carefully and vote for me, Martin Barker. Thank you all so much.